Dell is bringing its iconic XPS series back, and we have the 14 and 16-inch models. So let's take a quick look at them.
So we're so excited to be bringing XPS back. This is a completely new design. And what we've done here is we've really optimized this completely new XPS. The best product for most customers. You've got the same elegant design in two sizes, and this thing is thinner, it's lighter, you're gonna get better battery life than prior generation. So the quality, we haven't backed off of that one bit. CNC finish and build, Gorilla Glass. And what you'll see here is that with this redesign, we have listened to our customers, we listened to the press, and we have addressed some of the things that have been asked to be addressed. So you've got a function row that is tactile, and you have haptic touchpad, but we've added in these etched lines here so you can see and feel where that edge of that functional trackpad is. And so when you go to right click, you're not going to have a problem with that. And of course, we're always stepping things up. So you've got a 4K 8 megapixel camera in some of our thinnest bezels ever. XPS has always been known for our infinity edge displays. And so your front of screen is still super important. We have two amazing OLED options for these, 2.8K and 3.2K OLEDs. Now these are special OLEDs. They're tandem OLEDs. And so that allows us to drive the same brightness at 30% lower power draw. Both of these products are driven by Intel's new 3 series core processors. And we go up to the X7 and X9 processors. Those have the 12xe graphics. So that's 50% more cores than Lunar Lake. So these two both can get up to the X9, X7 brownness. Both products have 70 watt-hour batteries in them. We've got new, even higher capacity batteries. So these are some of the thinnest and most compact batteries you can find on the market anywhere. So both the 14 and 16 have the same port array. And so that is 2 on the left-hand side and 1 on the right-hand side. These are Thunderbolt 4 ports. Both the XPS 14 and XPS 16 have 2 Thunderbolt 4 ports on the left, 1 Thunderbolt 4 port on the right, and they are modular in that they have a Kensington lock built in. So there's this special function, if you have the Kensington lock, that can work with those USB-C style ports, that can work with these. They have a anti-smudge and anti-reflective coating. And then we have some purpose-built LCDs. So both the 14 and 16 have 500 nit LCDs, and the new technology we're introducing with this generation XPS 14, XPS 16 is variable refresh rate. So our LCDs can go all the way down to 1 Hertz. So they are variable between 1 Hertz and 120 Hertz, flicker free. And that's going to be fantastic for battery life. And the OLEDs also can do 20 to 120 Hertz variable refresh rate. We do that variable refresh rate to still have flicker-free operation.
So here we have our last gen Dell 16 Premium 4K OLED. We're introducing a 3.2K OLED Tandem. That's getting you about 30% better power efficiency. So you'll see the 3.2K looks just as vibrant as our 4K. And you can see just how thin this Tandem OLED is compared to an industry standard single rigid OLED. So that really helps us get thinner and lighter in overall system. And we have our last gen Dell 14 Premium LCD, our new XPS 14 LCD. We're introducing a 1 Hz refresh rate. This is brand new. We might be the first to offer in the US. And this is really helping preserve battery life. So power consumption, this is really what you want. If you want the longest battery life, you want the F8C LCD. At 500 nit Infinity Edge, the best power consumption you're gonna get. And for everyday tasks, it's perfect. So it's gonna jump to 1 Hertz when it's static content, and when you're looking at video or dynamic content, it will automatically jump up to 120 Hertz to get that full experience. And here we have a last gen 70 watt hour battery and our new 70 watt hour battery. This is 980 cell energy density. So this is the first to market. It really is storing more energy per cell. So it's able to get thinner and lighter. So this is the thinnest and lightest 70 watt hour battery you'll see in the industry. All right, so our redesigned thermal system for the XPS 14 and 16 is shown here with the 14, and we have the keyboard taken off so you can see inside, but we're using a dual fan solution with a single wider 8mm heat pipe. We have a new high energy density 900 ED 70 watt hour battery, right? So when you think about how the critical Z height on a laptop, two of the big things contributing to that are the battery and the thermal solution. So generally speaking, everything had to get a little bit thinner. So including our fans. So this is last year's 16-inch fan, and this is this year's fan for the XPS 16. So you can see it got much bigger. However, it got thinner and it got lighter. So that allows us again to get thinner in the overall Z stack of the system itself. We continue using advancements like you've heard about XPS in the past with the graphite sheets and the Gore aerogel. So there's a graphite sheet here and the Gore is just below it. And then there's a graphite sheet here as well. And then here I'm showing this is the dual heat pipe solution on the XPS 16. So when you go from a 14 to a 16, you do move from a single heat pipe to the dual heat pipe. Both these devices will burst up to 65 watts of TDP. However, in sustain mode, we're sustaining 25 watts on the 14 and up to 35 watts on the 16. The other cool thing on the inside, a couple things, you can see the top firing speakers. So we have a quad speaker design. It's 10 watts with 2 up firing speakers, and then these are the 2 down firing speakers. And those are actually up firing through the keyboard. And then we have new modular Type-Cs. So if there was ever an issue with your Type-C ports, it's no longer a complete motherboard swap, which is what it is in the past, and with other devices as well. You now can just pop off that Type-C port and replace that. All right, so the reason we do all this and make the investments is we want to make sure that you have a comfortable experience working on the lap, right? These are ultra mobile, you're using them all over the place. And so we've demonstrated here, this is what our skin temps feel like under typical workloads. So you can actually feel how warm or cool it might be. And then we've tested our competitors, and this is what our competitors are running at. The difference is about 8C, which doesn't sound like a lot when we just talk about it, but if you actually feel it, it's a drastic difference, and it's gonna make a huge difference in terms of how long you can use that thing on your lap.
So that was our quick look at the Dell's XPS models here in Las Vegas at CES 2026. Let me know what are your thoughts in the comments below.